Do you want to play a new Star Citizen 4.0 and Pyro with a better settings and with more FPS? Well, stay with me. Today I'm going to show you the best settings for your graphics card, how to get more FPS and how to have a more smoother gameplay. Now, before we start, I have to say that I have a video about how to increase Star Citizen performance. I will link it under this one, and there is a lot of different things that I already explained, so I don't want to repeat myself. So if you want to see everything that I missed here, go check that video out. Let's start first with the performance of your Windows. So if you right click on your desktop, click Display Settings, scroll all the way down and select Graphics. And if it isn't already enabled, under Advanced Graphics Setting, enable Hardware Accelerated GPU Scheduling. Also, some people say that they have more FPS when they turn optimization for Windows game off. I didn't see a difference with on and off, so I leave it on. It's a gameplay mode, so yeah, I'm going to keep it. So this is about Windows. Also, what you can do is delete all unnecessary apps that you don't need. When you're done with deleting everything that you don't need here, close everything, Ctrl-Alt-Delete, and then select Task Manager. On the Task Manager, go to the Startup options and disable everything that you don't need to start. For example, Microsoft Start Fed Provider, I don't need that, disable. Check everything, what you need, leave it on, what you don't need, disable. Just by doing this, you can increase a lot of performance for your computer, especially if it's hardware limited. Once you're done with everything, restart so you have everything optimized. Now, Star Citizen says that you need at least 16 GB of RAM to play it, but I had 32 and I have constant stuttering inside of the game. Once I upgraded my RAM to 64 GB, I've got the smooth gameplay. I do not have crashes anymore. That's the most important. Before I would have, after playing an hour, crash to the desktop, and after installing 64 GB, I don't have that. If you are limited with money, but now the RAM is very cheap, and you still don't buy 64, or you cannot install it on your motherboard, then 32 will be enough. Then you have to enable the page file. I have a video about that in my previous settings. Go there and increase the page file for your disk where the Star Citizen is installed, and you will get some extra memory. Granted, it's not fast as this one, but still it functions. So once we are done with our computer, once we deleted everything, also you can debloat your PC, find some good apps that will debloat everything that you don't need on it and delete it, and you will cut back some performance. Now let's go to the Nvidia control panel. If you are Nvidia user, I'm sorry for you. If you're AMD user, I don't have anything for you. I haven't used AMD for 5 years, so only for the Nvidia users. So let's start. Image scaling. So if you do not want to use image scaling inside of the Star Citizen, you can use this Nvidia image scaling. It's of course very nice and useful, so if you're struggling with FPS, use the image scaling. You can copy all of these settings that I have. Now, very important thing, if you have a monitor that supports G-Sync, enable G-Sync and then go all the way to the vertical sync. You can enable fast or on, but once you do this, make sure that you disable vertical sync inside of the Star Citizen. So vertical sync will be now overtaken by Nvidia app. Here are some more important things. Use a low latency mode, set it to ultra, OpenGL compatibility, prefer performance, open rendering GPU, select your Nvidia RTX, don't leave it automatic. Power management mode. Now you can do this two ways. You can use it normal and then go to the program settings, find Star Citizen and enable their prefer maximum performance. Now this is very important. A lot of people have crashes because they do not have set this shader cache correctly. Select 10 GB. It gives the best result. Not 100, not 5, 10 GB. When you enable this, you will have a lot of less crashes. Simba agrees with me. Enable G-Sync and enable for window and full screen. So here we are inside of Star Citizen, and if you look to the right side of my screen down there, you will see my FPS of the game. Now a lot of people ask how to enable this. Well, all you have to do is press left Alt plus Z if you have an Nvidia app installed. If you do not have it, install it and enable it. Once you are here, go to the settings at the top, then go to the heads-up display. Here you can choose where you want to position it, so you can drive it all the way to the left or right or up or down. You can change the background opacity. You can make it like this, black, or like I did, completely white. You can change the size of the font. You can make it bigger, standard, and also you can change the color to red, green, blue, black, and custom, and of course white. That's it. Now, if you want to know what's my computer, I have RTX 3090, Ryzen 5800X, and 64 gigabytes of RAM. And this is the FPS that I have on 4K. So these are my settings: escape, options, graphics. So first thing that I want to show you is this. If you don't want to have a Star Citizen, so washed out colors, do this. Go to the options, graphics, and play with this contrast. Increase it all the way to 75. Brightness increase to 65. Gamma SDR increase to around 60 or maybe 57, whatever you like. Try it. And look at this. Now the game is much more vibrant, looking very sharp and very nice. No more of that washed out look as before. Look how much more details we can see on the helmet as the light is breaking off on it or on the suit. Real nice. I love this. Because of this, my gameplay is much more vibrant and better looking than when I turn this off. Look how much darker the visor is now, but still you can see inside. Play with the settings for your monitor, find what's work best for you, or you can copy mine. This is what I have and it works perfectly. The resolution. The best resolution is the one that your monitor has natively. For me it's a 4K. Window mode. You can use windowed, borderless, or full screen. Graphic render. DirectX 11. I'm still using it because it's much more stable. This thing, I don't know what it is. It doesn't change anything for me. So yeah, if you know, write down in the comments. Upscaling. Now this is very important. Select upscaling technology here. Because I have Nvidia, I'm using DLSS, but you can also try FSR or CIG. Both FSR and CIG, TSR do not work good for me. There's a lot of ghosting and yeah, I don't like it. DLSS works perfectly and it works even better than the native resolution when I set it to quality, because some parts of the image that are very far from me are better upscaled and they are looking much more nicer. The only downside is radar inside of your cockpit may look a little bit lower resolution if you use the upscaling. And when we are at the upscaling, if you want absolute best quality, go with quality, of course. If you have a medium PC, go with the balance. And of course, if you have a lower end PC, go with the performance. But if you stick with me until the end, I will show you one bonus tip where you can get double FPS. That's right, double. So wait for that. HDR, if you have it, of course, enable it if you like it. If not, leave it like this. Now these settings here. These settings will be divided for two PCs. First settings that I have right now, you can copy this, is for the people who have very high PC. If you have RTX 3090 or RTX 3080 or 4080 or 4070, use these settings. You can also, if you have 4090, go with the planet volumetric clouds to photo mode, which will be much more realistic and you'll still have a good FPS. But if you do not care about the clouds, turn them off completely. That will give you a massive boost of FPS to almost double. Always, I say always, stick with the quality very high. Now for the lower end PCs, use still the quality very high, because if you use less, it will not be that great. You can play also with the high, but for me, I get the best FPS with very high. And my brother has a lower end PC and he also uses very high. Now these settings here, you can use medium. Low is not that great, but the medium has right balance between performance and quality. Everything else also use medium, and when you come to the planet volumetric clouds, turn them off completely or use high. So high will give you very nice quality, not that perfection as a photo mode, but still you can enjoy them. Now the field of view. If this is turned to 80 to you, go to 100% or 105. These are the best settings. If you love a little bit more fisheye, make it to 110. Motion blur. Turn this off if you're not recording videos. You don't need it. I'm keeping this on because I need a fluent and nice looking video, so I turn this to yes. VSync, as I said before, turn this off because you have the VSync now because of the Nvidia control panel. Now sharpening and chromatic aberration. This doesn't change a lot to me, but still I like to use it. Either 100 or here at the 50. This is very nice. Film grain, turn it off. And these settings will give you very nice FPS and also very good looking and sharp image. Now if you have stick with me until the end, I'm going to show you one bonus tip. Lossless scaling. I have a video about it. This app is amazing. Let us launch it and I'll show you what it is. So once you launch this app, scaling, turn this to off if you have enabled the scaling inside of your game. Now this here part is very important. The frame generation. So lossless scaling gives the frame generation to every graphics card, no matter if it is Nvidia or AMD. This thing enable frame generation for every graphics card. So here you have to select this one, LSFG 2.3, and mode. You can select 2 times, 3 times and 4 times. I select 2 times. Now what this thing does is generates another frame, so it copies the frame that you have. And don't expect the miracles from this app. Expect it to be good if you already have decent FPS. So first optimize everything that I've done, then enable this, and then you will have around 40 to 50 FPS if you are on 4K, and when you use this you will have double. Instead of 40 you will have 80 FPS. How cool is that? Sometimes you will still have some stuttering because it is that because of the game, but not because of the app. Everything else you can copy from me, leave it as it is. Enable HDR support and G-Sync support if you enable G-Sync and HDR. And also very important thing, use here Capture API. This one, if it doesn't work good, you have a stuttering, or when you are moving your camera fast, your image is flickering, try one of these modes. Preferred GPU, select of course auto if you have more, and this is very important, enable multi-display mode, because this app is thinking that we have 2 displays and generating the other images above this image that you have, then you have to enable this for better view. And that's it. After that, just click scale and click inside of your game and you're good to go. Perfect. If you want to know more details about this, I will link the video down here so you can watch it. Of course, this app costs a little bit, but still it gives a great performance, and I love it to use it when I'm not recording my videos, because it has some problems with recording. You can still make it, but it's not that great when you are recording natively. So these are the things that I wanted to show you. I hope you have better FPS after you using my settings, and I hope that you really enjoy Pyro coming soon. Write me down in the comments what is your PC setup and does this improve your FPS. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. And until next video, have fun out there.